I grew up. On my area, for 2 weeks now, it's been cops up and down the block, on my corner, paddy wagon parked on my corner, because they said it's been 84 shootings in the past 2 months. 10 killings in a 5-mile radius. So they're from my block to maybe like 112 cops, paddy wagons, like, you know. And I mean, it's safer that way, but then again, we shouldn't have to see y'all. We shouldn't have to get chastised by you for everybody else's actions, because now it's like we all being penalized for what one person did, and we're all being looked at the same for what one person's doing. And I don't like it.
And even to add to what you were saying last week, I was at a conference with someone from Chicago who said over the past 6 months, 300 people have been killed by gunfire. That's an average of 50 a day. That's worse than some war-torn countries. 50 people a month dying.
And I mean, and again, I mean, like, again, we're from New York, and I think that when we're a big group and we're coming from, and we're going to a national conference, we do need to be true to our New York roots. A lot of us were born and raised in New York, and our New York perspective, and keep in mind of the things that are going on in New York and today. The stuff that we're watching is about another time and another place. So you think, I mean, the Occupy Wall Street movement was born in New York, and of course we don't think a lot, you know, maybe a lot of us were not involved, and a lot of us maybe don't necessarily identify with it, but when you're talking about protests and protest movements that are happening today, we're in the hot seat of a lot of that stuff that's happening that there's a national lens on. So like, I understand how you like, there's no serious people putting on suits and going and marching and stuff. It's true, that's not how it is today. That was 50 years ago. So we gotta think of it with 50, 60 years ago, we gotta think of it in that context. Different time, different place. And what are the parallels that we can draw to where we are and what time it is for us?
One of the big things that we'll hear a lot about during the conference, and then I'll get to Itan, is nonviolent action. And so, like, as you're watching these different films, start thinking about some of the strategies that they employed and whether those strategies were even effective, right? So just start thinking about those, and if you have any other questions or any other thoughts, kind of note those, because we will be discussing them once the film's over. And Itan, you have something to add?
One of the most memorable parts of the movie for me was when the young white woman who worked at the cafe brought water out to the people who have been beaten up or assaulted by the mob outside. Right. What that let me know is that hate is not a pre-existing condition. Hate and contempt is something that's bred in the heart. So with that, we have a choice. We can choose to hate, or we can choose to love our fellow brothers and sisters, whether they're black, brown, yellow, or white. And if we choose to do what is right, have some compassion, and extend love to humanity, I think our world would be a much better place.
And we have to be willing to teach too.
Right.
To love and to teach.
You have to be willing to be taught.
I know because of acoustics, a lot of the conversation has been concentrated in the middle and the front. I wanted to know if anybody in the back had anything they wanted to contribute. I know you may not have been able to hear a lot of what's going on, but if there's anything you wanted to contribute in terms of the video or just protests or nonviolent actions, things going on in New York, things going on in the South in the past, feel free to pipe up.
Or not. We're going to go ahead and get the movie started.